Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what I'd like to call a very tiny version of the Meandering Podcast. I don't have a name for it yet, but I have a time limit. I'm going to give myself a total of 6 minutes, but preferably under 5. This is essentially the introduction to the beginning of something that I hope I will continue doing. Mostly because I can't actually do long podcasts on SoundCloud anymore because I'm broke. So without further ado, I want to talk about what's happened today. First of all, I am exhausted. I slept for 3 hours today. 3. That's it, 3. Went to bed at 2, woke up at 5. I've been up since then, and the funniest thing is I'm still pretty wired. I'm fucking exhausted, but there's just this energy that I've had that I've been able to get all day, and the reason for that is because I've been on set all day. I got to set at around 8:10 this morning, and I basically sat on my ass for the first hour and a half because that's what situation was. I mean, we got to worry about getting wardrobe just in case what we brought wasn't really worthwhile, and then I got changed out, and then we were just kind of waiting. Just waiting around, and I got to talk to the people that I'm going to be working with, especially the other extras. Sadly, we're not going to get paid, and that sucks. And I was thinking I would just be dead, exhausted, and I'd be worthless. But I realized something later on into the evening, and that is, I finally get it. I understand why the big celebrities who work 16, 20 hours a day, I know why they can do it. Because they love it. Because they get energized from it. I felt it all day. The only time I really felt tired was when I was sitting there effectively doing nothing, and maybe our group was a little split up and some of the people weren't chatting, and so I was able to just kind of wind down a little bit. The thing is, though, when I was on set, it didn't matter how many times we were doing the same take or how many things we adjusted, because it was all new in some way or another. There was a slight adjustment here or there, what have you. And so I had to use tactics to get myself from point A to point B. And you wouldn't think that if you're only traveling 10, 15 feet. But you have to. You got to be able to walk around people. You got to be able to walk through people. You got to pick up that ladder and bring it back in and go do that thing that you got to do, even if what you're doing is essentially off camera and then you're coming back on camera for whatever purpose. It was phenomenal. It was wonderful. And every time I do this, I can't imagine not doing it. I'm sitting there this whole time, and I'm talking to the whatever staff that's there, and then trying not to talk too much. Don't want to talk over people. Don't want to ruin takes. I want to be professional. I want to keep doing it, and I don't care how I continue. It's just so much fucking fun. And it doesn't matter if I don't really click with the people. There's always going to be at least one or two people that I'll click with. That'll make the day go by faster when I'm talking to them. Our AD, she was wonderful. She was phenomenal. She's like the best human handler I've ever seen. She was taking care of us. We were doing the things that she needed us to do that was passed on to us by the director, what have you. The whole situation, despite how insanely chaotic it was, there's 40 plus people on set. We're in a 3-story house and shit's happening all over the place. And it was chaos. It was 2 bathrooms, and it was hot. It was sweaty. I mean, the first thing I did, we did this for about 2 hours. I was putting down a trash can, walking out the door, getting a ladder, bringing the ladder back in, setting that down, and going more or less around the corner to quote unquote fix something. And it was so much fun despite the fact that I was sweating bullets. It was so goddamn fun. I loved it. I wanted to keep doing it. Sure, I needed a rest at some points. My feet were tired, whatever. But the thing is that, and I think somebody made a really good point. It's like adrenaline. It's like the adrenaline is just pumping you this whole time. And Oh my God, it's like I am exhausted, and I get to do it again tomorrow, and I will definitely sleep more. I just got finished with the shower. I'm doing my laundry. That's going to take an hour and a half. I'll be in bed before midnight, and I'll get like 6 hours of sleep. I'll get up on the train. I'll head back to downtown LA, and I'll do it again. And then it'll be done. And then I'll have to figure out what the hell else to do with myself.